Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So, in this video I wanted to share with you guys the best strategies I was able to find so far to farm Abitus. And again, I said so far because we're currently playing on 1.9.1 patch, and therefore future minor updates, future changes to the game might make the strategies I'm going to show you not anymore optimal, not the best. But still, I think and I hope that you can learn through these videos, or you can take inspiration, you can just create your own strategies, and you can just find a way to collect and farm Abitus. Now, specifically in this video, I'm gonna be talking about efficiency of Abitus. So Abitus per second or Abitus per minute. Not really about like the maximum amount of Abitus you can earn in one single gameplay. And again, I will not be using a double gain, a premium, or watching ads or other things to increase the income. I will just be going for the base amount. And yeah, something again I wanted to remind every player in case you might not be familiar to the latest updates to the game. But now there is this random Abitus bonus that you can get on any like randomized level, which will be increasing by that amount of times you have in that number, the amount of Abitus you collect. And that's something that affects, again, it's just random. So one day is going to be one level, another day is going to be another level. It resets with the daily quest, so every day is going to be different. And therefore, remember, this is a mechanic that you can already exploit to earn more Abitus. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to remind everyone that it's something that we can use now. Remember also that Abitus is not something that you can only obtain as a legendary drop when you're playing on Endless and you're destroying enemies, right? Abitus is something you can earn through the daily loot, just playing consistently every day, and you can earn them in that way. You can also earn Abitus through opening chests, both the epic ones, as you can see right here, and also the legendary ones. You can earn Abitus in that way. There's also now the new item market, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen some players like not having already the research maxed, and Abitus was also something that was able to be purchased with currency, so you can also earn Abitus in that way. And not to mention the fact that Abitus can also be earned through the lucky wheel right here, with all the multipliers and everything else. But that's also another way in which you can earn Abitus. So you can see that like Abitus can be earned in many different ways, not just through farming enemies. But definitely farming enemies is going to be the most efficient and the fastest way to earn Abitus. Now, very important here, my research for these videos I'm going to show you is maxed. So Abitus property is maxed out, and this difficulty maxed out, loot frequency loot rarity here maxed out. I also got the extra loot rarity up here also maxed out. All the miners, towers, general stats, everything is maxed out. And also on the start research, I got the extra 5% loot rarity from here, which in my opinion it's very important, because every percentage of extra loot rarity you can get, it's better. So that way the loot becomes more rare, faster. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna be showing you two ways in which you can earn Abitus, like the most efficient way. One is gonna be with cast maps, of course, and another one is gonna be with on 6.3. I still regard 6.3, despite all the nerfs and all the changes, in my opinion, is still the easiest level to farm on Endless for loot and also for Abitus, because of the fact that it's very easy. Like even when you're playing a very high Endless percentages, right? Still, enemies are very easy to destroy because they come from miners. They get stronger over time, but not really right away. You don't really need that much research. You don't need your towers to be super strong. You don't need everything maxed out, and that's why, like, comparing it to other levels, which may be more efficient in terms of like loot, like 5.7 or 5.8, but 6.3 requires less mechanics, requires less research, and so it's just easier for beginners or for intermediate players. So that's why I think like 6.3 is still the easiest level to go to. Now, starting with the cast map strategy. Now, very important here, having this setup. So at least having your Zeta Core item, and the boss tile. Now everything else that I got here, it's just redundant, but the most important thing is going to be your Zeta Core item and the heart tile, so that way you are increasing even more variety. You can see here, 10%. You spawn bosses, but don't worry, you're going to be using abilities, so yeah, it's not a problem. Base, very important, having as much damage and attack speed as possible. This is the DPS that you're going to be doing, and the main tower you're going to be using is going to be basic. So again, very important having these two stats combined to be as high as possible. The maximum is having them 50-50. Of course, if you're lucky enough to have a base such as that, use that one. In my case, I got one that has 40-50, and that's enough. And now last thing is portals. Now you're gonna go for portals highest difficulty possible, of course, very important. And then portals, these portals must not contain flying enemies and armored. So those three type of enemies are a must avoid. Then if you can also place portals that do not have healers and fighters, that's even better. But of course the chance of like portals not having those 5 type of enemies is gonna be pretty low. And as you can see here, even among all these like 500 portals that I got, I only got 2 that do not have those 5 type of enemies. One here I have healers here, and here I have healers and fighters, but that's fine, you know. You just need 4 portals. Like even if you place more, you're not gonna be spawning the enemies faster, so at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. And here placing just some range tiles for your freezings, you know, to increase the percentage damage on enemies, especially bosses. And then here is where you're gonna place your basic tower. Now I'm gonna go slow, so that way you can follow what I'm doing. And you might have seen this video again because I've done it on some live streams. I've showed you elsewhere, but this is how it works. So you're gonna place your basic, you're gonna get it like level 4 or 5, and then you're gonna start the game. Then you place your miners, you place your modifiers, experience on the right side in this case, and minus speed on the left side. And very important here, you let the timer run out. This is just another way in which you're making the loot to become more rare, and you're minimizing how many enemies you kill, so how much of that loot you're collecting. And again, this is just a very clever way to like hold the loot to make it become more rare, but at the same time you're minimizing the amount of low quality loot that you collect. Also, something I recommend here is to get these miners upgraded a bit more so that you can give more experience to basic and you can level up more. Remember that now your towers can reach up to level 150 in terms of passive experience, so make sure you can do that. And then yeah, right here placing freezings, getting them level 4, I think should be fine. And now on freezings, you're gonna go for the third ability first, and then you go for the first. And then you're gonna need at least one of these freezings to be on strong, so that we are always pinpointing the boss and you're slowing it down a little bit more. The ability that you're gonna be using is gonna be Ball Lightning. So that's your main ability in the game. Now, very important here, look at the timer. At 6 minutes in game, so this number here, when it reaches 6 minutes, that's when you're gonna click the auto wave call button. And again, very important that you have the option instant auto wave active, so in that way you're just spawning all the enemies one after the other, right? Just like that. At 6:40 pretty much, that's when you're gonna start using Ball Lightning. I'm gonna use 3 of them, and in that way you are also destroying bosses faster, because unfortunately bosses are quite annoying. They have a lot of HP, and so yeah, they might not be that easy to kill. Right, Ball Lightning should still be active for the second boss in wave 30. Then right before wave 40, you're gonna use again some more Ball Lightnings. There we go. I'm using 3 each time, right? You can also go for more if you want to. Alright, here just going for the right side of the core, very important. You're getting a lot of extra power on your basic. Basic is stronger. And then once you have enough here, you can just do that. Right before wave 60, you will not spawn again 3 Ball Lightnings, because there is Metaphor that spawns and disables your tower. So you just want to kill it fast. And here you survive until wave pretty much just 73, 74. It should be before Brute is destroyed, so like 1103, yeah, something like that. yeah, that should be enough. And that's it. That's when you end the game. Now here, it didn't really didn't go that well. Like, I got very low bidders. And again, remember, bidders is just random. So sometimes you're gonna be earning more, sometimes you're gonna be earning less. But I really got the game slow, right? Because of the fact that I just explained everything at the beginning. If you do it more consistently, so if you just, sorry, I'm gonna just show you here what I mean by that. If you don't pause the game, if you just go through the waves very, very quick, then you can increase even more the efficiency because you play for less time, right? So for example, I'm gonna show you here what I mean by that. You go right here, right? You start the game right away, then you get your basic like level 5, and therefore you're not really losing time, you know, like that. There we go. And so yeah, that's what I would recommend to do. You're not losing time. You just place your basic, you start the game right away, you let the timer run out, and then you upgrade your basic, you destroy the first enemies, which were the ones from your just wave 1, and yeah, that's what you do. And now if you follow this strategy right here and you're not losing time in like placing towers, in like doing stuff, then the efficiency becomes much higher because of the fact that you're not losing, you don't have any like stall time. Yeah, here we go, level 4. And yeah, at the same time, I don't know why, but the game looks like if you stop the game, if you pause the game, then like the quality of the loot, it stops increasing. I don't know why, but I've seen some random stuff happening. I don't know, maybe some bugs. But anyway, this is just what you want to do. After you get your freezings level 4 and you get all the level 3 ability, you're gonna get your basic level 10. Maybe I can just place the power modifiers right away. And just remember, at 6, boom, you just insta click the auto, right? Auto wave, 640, 45, yeah, just before the boss spawns at wave 20, we're gonna just use ball lightnings. And then just going for the core. So that's it. The most important thing is gonna be like looking at the waves, making sure you have like always 3 ball lightnings for the bosses. You can just destroy them very quickly. Here 36, 37, yeah, here we go. 3 more, wave 40, and then again for metaphor wave 60. My basic has reached level 150, so then I can just place the other modifiers to make it stronger. And just looking here at the waves for metaphor. Alright, just like that. You can also increase your freezings here to level 8, like you can apply more slow, you can just do whatever you prefer, you know. And then again here, some more ball lightnings just right before the boss. And then again 11 minutes, something like that. Once you destroy all the enemies around Brute, that's when you're gonna end the game. And that's it. So you can see that if you go faster, see that the duration is much lower. It's less than 2 minutes and 50. And again, if you combine the efficiency, it should be around like 24.6, right? Something around that, 24.5, 24.6 efficiency. Sometimes you get lucky and you get more bids, like 4,000, no, maybe 4,000 and something. Sometimes you get unlucky and you get less, like 3,900, like in this case. So it's just random. Remember always that bids is just random, sometimes more, sometimes less. But that's the strategy, all right? Now moving on to the second level, 6.3. This is what you're gonna do. You wanna use Splash as your main tower. And in this case, the ability you're gonna go with is gonna be Overload. Now, again, I'm gonna be showing you slowly one time what you're gonna do. And then I'm gonna just show you the whole gameplay the second time with fast timing so you can see what happens. Now you wanna sell both miners. You start at the beginning. And then you're gonna place an Infinite miner on the scalar source. That's it. That's what you're gonna do. The mining speed of Infinite is the lowest in the game, and that's why you wanna place it. So in that way, you're still spawning enemies, you're collecting loot, but you're not really spawning too many enemies. All right, so that's the idea. If you place any other miner, it's gonna have a higher base speed, as you can see right here. So that's why you want to go for the infer miner. All right, so the first thing you do 1 2, you place infer, then you start the game, and then you have all this time that the miner is being installed to place some towers here. I recommend you to place anti-air because they're pretty cheap, or you can also place freezing or whatever to make the enemies, to force them to go the long way around. And then down here you get a splash, and you get it like at least level 3. That's what I would say. No more than like level 3 or 4 should be enough for these early enemies. Now splash can destroy regulars, can attack regulars, and that's of course a very nice change. On the core, go for the extra coins per minute, and then you go for the right path, and then that's it. Also very important on splash, go for level 3, so in that way you get a little more experience from destroying the enemies. That's also useful. Level mining speed modifier here, preparing already for later on. And now, after you get this upgrade from the core, that's when you're gonna start using overloads. And you wanna, from this point on, you wanna spam overloads. So remember, after you get the upgrade from the core, that's when you're gonna start using overload. And as soon as it's ready, use it. So it's just one after the other. The quality of the loot should be higher at this moment, so even if you're spawning more enemies, it shouldn't really be that bad. And once again, the timer you're looking for is 6 minutes. At that time, with this loot right here, all loot becomes legendary. It's guaranteed. And so at 6 minutes, you just place the infinite miner down here, you upgrade it, you solve the other miner, you get use overload, you get your splash level, the ultimate, and that's it. You use once again one more overload. This is going to be the last one you're going to use in the gameplay. Then you get your infer miner level 5, and then you just upgrade your splash as much as you can, and you only play until 7 minutes and 45. That's it. That's when you close the game. You don't want to play for longer. Just want to end here. This is going to be the best ratio, so the best efficiency possible. Now again, here I lost a bit of time at the beginning, but if you do it correctly, so if you just sell the miner, start whatever, you can complete this gameplay in less than 2 minutes, like in 1 minute and 59, 1 minute and 58 even. So yeah, and once again, if you calculate the efficiency, so like around 3000 BTs is what you should be earning, sometimes even more than 3000 BTs, like 3100, and it should be like a little bit more than 25, like 25.5 right BTs per second, an efficiency that it's even higher than the one that you get in your cast map. And this is it. So these are the two strategies I was able to find so far in the game with the highest efficiency on BTs. So let me know, guys, what you think about it. Let me know if you have already other strategies which you know work and which you know that are very, very good, and just let me know, or just comment also on Discord. You can share some more footage, you know, or strategies, and yeah, so that we can all learn as a community. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see ya. Bye bye.